does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. Today I'm very excited to check out Goosebumps, the card game of Monster Mayhem from Scholastic and Outset. This is for 2 to 6 players. Age is 6+, so it'll take about 20 to 30 minutes to play. And Goosebumps is a modified version of War. So it's going to have War with a couple more bells and whistles in there, where you're going to play over the course of 6 rounds, trying to win trophies with various different bad guys from the Goosebumps universe. It's based off the immensely popular Goosebumps books, obviously, and the 2 movies that have come out. But is it good? Let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Goosebumps. So, first and foremost, we have a handy-dandy rule sheet. It's 3 mini pages, single-sided, and it should have you up and running in no time at all. So, big thumbs up on the rule book. I think there was like one minor question that we couldn't find an answer for in there, but overall, well done rule booklet. Also a really simple game, so I teach you how to play right now. So in Goosebumps, this is a modified game of War, where you're going to evenly deal out cards to the players, and then you are going to be flipping over a card, and whoever has the best card is going to win the game. But there are some different quirks to the game that I'll teach you about in a second. So first and foremost, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the most trophies, and whoever has the most trophies at the end of the game is the winner. If there's a tie, then you have a sudden death sort of showdown. So at the beginning of each round, what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle up the cards like so, and then you're going to choose one person to be the first player, and they're going to flip over one of their cards. And right now, since we're going for the strength trophy, we are looking at the top number right here, which would be strength. So right now, Abominable Snowman has a strength of 6. So this person, the player who played the first card, is now going to say whether or not they want the highest number to win the hand, or the lowest number to win the hand. So obviously it goes from 0 to 10, so they're probably going to say highest. So this person has the Mastermind, R.L. Stine, so it's a 1 or a 9. They'll make that into a 9. This person has Fifi, which is only a 5. And this person has a Horrorland Horror, which is a 4, which means this person wins all the cards, and now they lead off. So Haunted Mask, 4, so they're going to go low, and everybody else reveals. Strength 1, Lawn Gnomes. Lawn Gnomes are winning right now with 1. The Bunny has 4, so boom, they would win this hand right here, and then they would go first. So we get the Vampire 6, they'd say high. Haunted Car has a strength of 5. Dead House has a strength of 2, and the Shrunken Head has a strength of 5, which means the Vampire wins, and they go first yet again. And as you can see, very simple. Now, 4, I'm hoping to get a tie, so we'll say low this time, strength of 6, strength of 3, and strength of 3. Good, so we have a tie. The Jack-o'-lanterns and the Invisible Boy both have a strength of 3, which is low. So what happens is all these cards are now just going to stay here, and you're going to go yet again to see who has the lowest strength. So a strength of 4, strength of 5, strength of 5, and a strength of 0 for the Cursed Camera, which means this player down here wins all 8 of the cards that are down here. So you could potentially have 2 or 3 ties in a row sometimes, which can really shift the game. So what's going to happen is you're going to continue to go until everybody has played all their cards, at which point you are going to count up who has the most face-up cards that they have won. Whoever has the most face-up cards that they've won is going to win the strength trophy. If there is a tie, then you shuffle up all your cards, only the players that are tied, and you do a sudden death, and whoever wins the sudden death is going to be the winner of that particular card. And then you are going to take all the cards. So let's pretend this guy won the strength trophy. Take all the cards, mix them up, shuffle them up, deal them again. But now this time, instead of going for strength, you're going for endurance, which is the second card, the second one on the card. So you're going to go over the course of 6 rounds, strength, endurance, fright, magic, mayhem, and intelligence. And whoever has the most trophies at the end of the game is the winner of the game. There's also these cards right here, which will give you a little bit of detail about the strength and the endurance trophy. They're completely unnecessary. I think most people aren't even going to read them. Would have been nice if they would have turned those into some more like different horrors from the different books. But that, in a nutshell, is how you're going to play Goosebumps. Alrighty then, Goosebumps from Outset. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. It's a very light, simple, children/family game. That's the only 2 categories I'm going to put this in. Not a party game, not a game night game, not anything else. This is a children/family game, so if you don't play with kids, don't get it. Simple as that. Even if you got that nostalgia bug, this is not that good of a game if you're looking at it, playing it with adults. Another comment I have with this game is it plays drastically different between 2 players and 6 players. It's 6 players. Whew, it's very, very tense in certain regards. So how it works with 6 players is you're going to get a lot of ties, and you'll get 2, 3, maybe 4 ties in a row, which means that you're going to have a huge stack of cards there from time to time that people are going to win. And if you win that stack of cards, there's a very realistic possibility that you are going to win the entire round. Whereas a 2-player one, you're going to get a lot less ties. Same with 3 and 4 players. Which one is better? That's a your mileage may vary kind of thing. I actually really like it at the higher player counts because the kids really get into it. Because like, oh my gosh, there's like 20 cards there. Who's going to win it? You can really kind of ham it up. So I did like that aspect. Another comment I have with this game is that it's luck driven. There is nothing you can do in this game, for the most part, to make it more likely that you're going to win. Nothing. Because each and every round, you're just going to shuffle up the cards and you're going to get new cards. The only choices you have to make in the game are when you're the lead player and you're like, I want to go high or I want to go low. And 99% of the time, it's actually, I should say 90% of the time, it's very obvious what you should do. The only time it's not obvious is when you have a 5. If you have a 6, you say high. If you got a 4, you go low. If you have a 5, you might go high, you might go low. You might try and think about, so there's a lot of 10s played, a lot of 7s played. But other than that, there is nothing you can do in this game to really give yourself a better chance to win. It's all completely luck-based, which is a little bit of a bummer. Any other cons I have with the game? No. Moving on to the pros. The kids thought Goosebumps was great. I want to start off by saying that the kids that I played with in my class thought this was a great game, and I am going to say that this is both a children/family game. I think kids could play this by themselves as soon as they learn how the tiebreaker rules work. 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids can play this all by themselves. So that's always great. When it's a children's game that needs no adults to play, just to help them learn it, I'm all for that. The kids thought this was a great game. I thought it was a good to very good children/family game, and there's a lot of reasons why. And I do want to put an asterisk on this, because I'm a Goosebumps kid. I remember going to Target, riding my bike, being excited to pick up new Goosebumps books when they would come out. So I am all in on Goosebumps. And I had a big nostalgia trip, looking at all the different monsters, be like, it's this guy, oh man, it's this dude, oh, it's the mummy, oh, it's the ghost from Ghost Lake. I had that moment. And if you don't have that moment, I think you need to take maybe a half point off of whatever score is down here. And I do want to mention that. If you have no nostalgia for Goosebumps, this game is not going to hit you as hard as it did for me. Now, that being said, the kids really like this game for a variety of different reasons. It's very light, very simple, easy to learn, easy to teach. The artwork pops. It pops. It's very well done artwork. The numbers make sense. And the kids really enjoyed seeing that. Be like, oh, my guy's stronger than you. And be like, well, that makes sense that guy's stronger than you because he's the executioner, whereas I have, a house. And a house is not very strong. And different things like that. And it got us discussing, strength and endurance and intelligence and how smart is this versus that. And that was a good conversation to have with the kids. Kids really enjoy talking about that. The box, I think, is about the right size. The cards are very, very large cards. I was very pleased with the cards. They're not too flimsy. They're pretty well done material. Game does not stay its welcome. And in the end, Goosebumps. It's pretty simple. Do your kids like Goosebumps? Do you have kids, I'd say, ages 5 to 10 or 11 years old? Then you might want to check this one out. I think it is a great children's game if your kids like Goosebumps. If they don't like Goosebumps, I'd say it's good. So I'm going to put it in between there. Good to great, depending on how much you like Goosebumps, because I feel like the game does do the IP service. So that's great. I'm glad that this doesn't just feel like a cash-in. And the game itself, while it is just modified war, does have enough of a twist that I did enjoy playing it each time I played it. So that is Goosebumps from Outset, one that I can recommend especially if you like Goosebumps. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know, what is your favorite R.L. Stine book? Whoa, that's a tough one. That is a super duper hard one, because what did he have? He had Goosebumps, he had Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventure, he had like the Goosebumps elementary books, he had, I think he did Ghost of Fear Street. Oh god, this is so hard. I want to go back and reread all those books now, see if they still hold up. I know I read a couple of them a couple of years ago when I was doing some of my student teaching, and they all are very formulaic, which is fine. a lot of stuff's very formulaic. I'm going to go with all the ones about summer camp. Because here's the thing. I used to go to summer camp every single year when I was a kid. That was one thing my mom always made sure she had the money to do. I remember, crazy as it sounds, yeah, come sit on Grandpa Bauer's lap and let me tell you about what it's like when I was a boy. I used to go door to door and sell these peanuts to people. And that was how I paid for a good chunk of me going to camp. I used to go, and I used to have this big old box of peanuts, and I had like a thing I'd wrap around my neck, and I'd go and say, hey, do you want these special sweet peanuts? And I'd go around this huge apartment complex I used to live in. Probably 1,000 people live there. No exaggeration. It was like 4 huge buildings, and then another 6 huge buildings across the street. Maybe not 1,000. Yeah, it might have been 1,000. I don't know. But I used to go sell peanuts, and so I used to go to camp. But anywho, I'm doing it in Lance here. Getting completely off track. I used to the Ghost. All the ones about summer camp really resonated with me because I got the chance to go to summer camp. So those ones were my favorite. But let me know in the comments below. What is your favorite R.L. Stine creation? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.